Bill. Alan, good luck, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are at the bridge, Urchins v the Gulls. Hornchurch playing Torquay. First versus third. Enterprise National South. Busy here this afternoon. We'll come to that in a minute. Starting 11s. Hornchurch, Nesta Hare, Gibbs, Rees, Wright, Balanta, Weston, Pegram, Ling, Edwards, Sandat. Torquay, Hammond, Fulston, Dyer, Dreyer, Sundyer, Young, Morgan, Worthington, Hayfield, Wilson, Low, Everton. I'm up here with a commentator from Torquay. I'm up here with Billy filming it and our co-commentator, Chris. Good to see you. What do you reckon?
Well, Alan, it's been a great afternoon. The fans making some noise, making their presence known. Hornchurch come into this game having won their first 2 league games of 2026, keeping a clean sheet against Eastbourne Borough, winning away brilliantly at Weston-super-Mare rather. And this is the start of 4 home games in the next 5 fixtures for Hornchurch. It's a really, really battling time at the start of February, end of January time. Torquay come into this game, their second away game in the next 3. Tough old long trip. Hornchurch come into this game top of the league, as you said, Alan. 2 points clear of our visitors Torquay today, having played a game more the visitors. And with a big attendance here, a large crowd, there's a certain anticipation, Alan, that we're going to have quite a belter of a game.
That's right, Chris. Can be tricky getting an atmosphere here, but there's one here this afternoon, Torquay. How many do you reckon, Chris? I'm going to go about 150. Support, maybe a couple more, but they've come all the way from the south, so they're welcome. And yeah, bit of atmosphere this afternoon. We've got to win this game. I mean, let's cut to the quick here. We did really well against Weston last week, got a victory. These are the games that we need to get the 3 points if we're going to be the type of team that's going to finish as champions come April. Players are just getting ready, flipping the coin, etc.
You know, speaking to Darren McMahon, Alan, he always bangs on about how experienced his team is. But for the younger players, he always bangs on about, you know, how this is a good experience for them. These types of games against big teams like Torquay are going to be really important for those younger players as well. Sort of the likes of Sandat, Charlie Pegram. You know, 2 young players looking to sort of stamp their authority in this Hornchurch team, trying to get them to the top of the table. And that's why I think Darryl has gone for a more experienced lineup today.
That's right, Chris. Other managers, when interviewed, always make a comment. Hornchurch have got a lot of experience, shouldn't need a lot of coaching, I heard one say. And yeah, as you say, there are experienced players out there. And youngsters. We've got Henry Sandat. I think he's 20 years old, Henry Sandat. Charlie Pegram's a youngster. But
you talk about youngsters as well, Alan. You know, Torquay's team is, you could say, the correct blend of youth and experience. In my opinion, I think Torquay's defence, as well as their attack, which we'll get onto, I'm sure, later, is, you know, one of the key components for this Torquay team. They were one of the best last season. And their average age, I think, in this back 4 is around about 24, 25. So a really, really good mix of defenders for Torquay as we get the game kicked off. Harry Gibbs hoofs the ball forward for Hornchurch, looking to extend the gap to visitors Torquay to 5 points today. Worthing and Weston, who are Hornchurch's biggest rivals, and you can add Torquay to that statement as well, play each other today. Pegram plays the ball forward to Rees, takes it inside, and it is a goal kick. Good pressure from Jordan Dyer, who was one of the players named in the National League South Team of the Season last season.
Torquay, goal kick. Hammond with the ball. Kicks it long. Ling's under there. Young's under there. rolls off. Worthington's going to take a throw for Torquay.
Torquay are no strangers to winning this league and challenging for the top places of this league. They have won this league before in 2019 with the best attack that season with 93 goals. They're around about halfway through that, you would say, just over halfway with 53 at this current moment in time. A little bit more than Hornchurch. They won the National League South in 2019 under hero Gary Johnson.
Torquay in possession near the centre circle. Sundaya on the ball. Sandett approaches. Sundaya kicks it forward, edge of the box for Torquay. Morgan kicks it out to the right. Young down the line. Worthington tries to cross it in. Hornchurch avoid a corner. Clear it for a Torquay throw.
Good defending from Samling, defending one-on-one, making sure that cross didn't come into the box. And we were going to talk about the attack for Torquay. Alan, Jordan Young with 13 goals and 10 assists this season. He's one of the best players in this league. And he really, I'm sure McMahon would have marked him as someone to watch out. And this back line for Hornchurch with Harry Gibbs and Frankie Edwards. Edwards, of course, keeping up his little run of places in the team. He'll be relishing coming up against Jordan Young. I was speaking to Harry Gibbs after the Eastbourne game and I asked him how he dealt with George Alexander, who was similar to Young in terms of his goal scoring ability last season, and he commented that he took it as just another game as Torquay get the first opportunity there, cross to the back post, not troubling Arthur Nasta. Good delivery from the from the right. Jordan Dyer with the first opportunity of the game.
Nesta with a goal kick.
Of course, Gary Johnson, as well as winning the National League South, has also won the National League with Cheltenham 3 years before. So he's done it at both National League and National League South level. But Torquay, after struggles with administration in recent years, looking up the table. It was administration and points deductions that caused them to be relegated from the National League. So a team that's looking up the table, Alan, rather than below.
Absolutely. Type of team that will want to get promoted. Torquay with their history. Hornchurch in possession. Gibbs hoofs it long from defence. Balanta doesn't get there. Falston goes long. Torquay look to attack. Right to Balanta. Keeps possession.
Nice feet from Angelo, looking to score in the third consecutive game against Torquay. Charlie Pegram looks for space. It's Josh Rees. His shot is blocked and it doesn't reach Henry Sandat. Lucky, in my opinion, to get a shot off there, Alan.
Bounced around a bit for sure. Nesta kicks it off. Torquay throw, yeah. First bit of excitement for the Hornchurch attack. Worthington, halfway line. Back to Hayfield. Goes along the defence. Dyer all the way along. Dreyer goes forward. Doesn't get the pass to Falston. Hornchurch throw. Hornchurch as we stand, kicking right to left.
Torquay have only faced Hornchurch in the National League South, only their fourth ever meeting between these two sides. They've never met each other in cup competitions. Recently, Hornchurch were kicked out of the FA Trophy by a team with a lot of history in the FA Trophy in Telford, and Torquay do also have a claim to good history in the FA Trophy, reaching the final in 2008, losing to Ebbsfleet, who had a certain George Purcell on the bench for Ebbsfleet that day. A name familiar to Hornchurch fans.
Hornchurch throw in their defending half. Josh Hare has the ball down the line. Cleared by Hornchurch. Ball bouncing around. Young on the left. Crosses the ball in. Doesn't go anywhere. Goes off. Hornchurch goal kick.
Already you can see Torquay trying everything they can to try and get the ball down the flanks, put in crosses for young Kieran Wilson, the number 23 for Torquay today, on loan from Exeter City, who's made a handful of appearances off the bench for Exeter already this season. Young striker, fairly tall, as we can see, Alan. He's going to be quite a bit of a threat in the air.
Yeah, he's got some height, that's for sure.
Ball's played forward. Balanta trying to get onto the end of it. It's cleared by the captain for today, Sam Dreyer. Edwards. Balanta with a little nice flick on Sandat. Looks for Miles Weston.
Cuts in the area all the way to the back. Pegram heads it across the 6-yard box and does not go in. But Hornchurch corner on the right hand side. God, that's close, wasn't it, Chris? I thought someone was going to jab that thing in.
Oh, you never know. It was almost as if time stood still with that header there, Alan. Pegram, it took a little deflection, and we were both watching to see if it would just nestle into that post there on the far post.
Oh, we've got another flat ball.
Nothing that we haven't been used to at the bridge.
It's a feature. Tom Wright's going to take this corner on the right hand side. Balanta inside the 6-yard box. Everyone else hangs around at the edge. Ball comes in. Doesn't get anywhere.
Torquay with a chance to attack, but Josh Hare will shepherd the ball back to Arthur Nasta, who made some key saves in our last home match, loss against Telford, Alan, if you remember.
He did, yeah. We could have lost by more. Worthington. Dyer back to the keeper. Hammond hoofs it forward. Josh Reese heads it on. Can't get possession. Looks for a pass.
Lovely feat from Josh Reese, playing against his old club. He spent 15-16 on loan at Torquay. Balanta advancing into the penalty area. Balanta, brilliant strike! What a strike from Angelo Balanta! Hornchurch go in front, and it's arguably been Hornchurch's best player this season, Balanta, who left foots in a rocket past James Heyman. It's the third game in a row against Torquay that Balanta has bagged a goal, and in this incredibly important game at the top, Hornchurch have their noses in front. 1-0 to the Urchins.
Great goal, Chris. Left foot across the area. Left hand corner, brilliant.
Angelo Balanta, as the fans chant Colombian King. Wow. Incredible effort, Alan. And Hornchurch within the first 10-15 minutes or so, I have to say, take the lead. And now Torquay, I mentioned earlier, the second of 3 away games for a team that's travelled to London, obviously, last week in Enfield. They've travelled to London again to face Hornchurch. How are they going to react to going 1-0 down?
Well, be interesting to see. Lynn's going to take a throw for Hornchurch. Looking along the line, Sandat, Pegram will challenge for this.
Sandat flicks onto Balanta. Flag does go up.
Yeah, he was well offside.
13 goals this season for Balanta, and he scored, if you remember, Alan, at Plainmoor in the reverse fixture, a brilliant goal, and this one arguably just as good, if not better.
Yeah, I can't wait for that YouTube clip. Dyer kicks it long, down the line. Lynn heads it forward. Lynn kicks it forward, it's going to go off for a Torquay throw. Worthington on the halfway.
Well, perhaps we shouldn't be surprised that Balanta is the goal scorer here at the bridge. It's not just for Hornchurch now that he's done it against the team from Devon. He was part of a Bournemouth team that won 4 in a row against Torquay from 2016 to 2018, scoring in both times. Just like this season now, he scored against Torquay both times in 2017-18. And he also scored for old side Dagenham under Darryl McMahon against Torquay at Playmore 4 years ago in 2022. Again going unbeaten against the team in yellow today from 2020 to 2022. Balanta and Torquay sounds like a match made in heaven.
Torquay free kick in front of their bench. They'll look to cross this into the area. Ball comes in right to the back, and it's gone so far to the back it's gone off for a Hornchurch goal kick.
Sam Ling doing well to sort of shepherd that out for a Hornchurch goal kick up against Jordan Dyer. Sam Ling up against Jordan Dyer, who was part of the Exeter setup and has made over 150 appearances at this level for a handful of clubs, Bath, Chippenham and Torquay. Matt Jay on the bench for Exeter. He's also played alongside him at the Grecians.
Laying forward, Hornchurch try to attack. Torquay take possession with Young. Dyer along the line. Worthington all on the right. Low Everton crosses the ball, edge of the box. Dummied. Dreyer doesn't make it. Tackled by Weston. It's a Torquay throw.
And you just heard the jubilation that Weston's tackle sent the fans into there, Alan, on our right. They loved that.
I do indeed. Torquay. Dyer. Young inside the area. Young again. Bit of a 1-2. Dyer looks for a bit of space. Torquay passing it around. Young.
Moving it quickly.
Possession. Edge of the box. Cleared by Hornchurch.
Well, Hornchurch should not keep their foot off the gas. They've got to be careful, as they know Torquay have players that can hurt them on the break. Pegram's header onto Balanta. He's got Reese up there in support as well as Pegram. Balanta still keeps possession. Pegram on the left-hand side. What can he conjure up here? Pegram's left-footed cross doesn't manage to reach a Hornchurch head, and it's out for a goal kick. Little counter-attack there for the Urchins. Balanta tried to delay the attack as much as he could to try and get some red bodies forward.
Fulson along the left wing. Centre circle.
Nice interception from Sam Ling. The former Orient and Dagenham man can find Sandat, and now the former yellow Josh Reese finds Weston. Sandat on the right-hand side. Another ball in. Looking for Balanta again. The ball just bounced up in front of him, and you can see as he kicks the post in frustration. Looked like a good, clear chance to go 2-0 up.
That's a 76-yard box. I think it might have hit a divot of some sort there, Chris.
Fans showing the appreciation for Sandat's nice little cross there. Balanta and Sandat look very hungry.
Hornchurch have one possession. Sandat, Shields look for a pass. Goes down the right wing. Weston chases. Dreyer pass back to his keeper, who kicks it out to the Torquay right for Young, but Ling gets there first. Dyer clears. Trusty head of Harry Gibbs. Bit of piggy in the middle going on. Gibbs. Dreyer up in the air over to the Torquay left. Morgan not getting there. Hornchurch throw.
Jordan Dyer, who I mentioned played for Bath, actually scored against Chippenham, another of his former clubs for Bath, to help them into the playoffs in 2024, losing to Angelo Harrop's Braintree. Hornchurch will face Angelo Harrop's Chelmsford in a few weeks' time at the Bridge in midweek. Dyer I mentioned earlier one of the defenders of the season last season scored 5 goals from centre half last season, which is impressive for a defender, Alan.
Who was that, Chris? Who's it?
Jordan Dyer.
Dyer, crikey. Yeah, goodness me.
Edwards manages to deal with that. Torquay throw-in on the left-hand side. A brace out of that 5 goals for Dyer, coming against Welling. Low cross in, dealt with efficiently by Hornchurch. Pegram manages to turn. Bit of a heavy ball. Couldn't set Balanta on his way. Heyman, one of the league's best goalkeepers. A lot of pundits and a lot of managers agree. But has been breached today by Balanta and Hornchurch. Torquay looking to respond. Sundir looks out wide. Sam Ling has managed to get his head on a few things so far. Dyer back to the captain, Dreyer. Sundire. Dreyer, the captain. Back to Jordan Dyer. Young gives the ball away. Accidental handball is the opinion of the referee there. Sandat didn't handle it intentionally. I believe it's gone out for a throw-in. Free kick, rather. Well, this is Torquay's 12th year that they've spent out of the Football League, having finished bottom of League Two in 2014. And as I mentioned earlier, after administration problems, they're looking up, trying to get back into the National League, and they believe that Paul Wootton is the man to take him there. A player who's made over 300 appearances rather for Plymouth as a player. Paul Wootton has played against Torquay actually before for Southampton in 2009.
Nesta with a Hornchurch goal kick. Players drift to the Hornchurch right.
He was actually part of a Southampton team that played Torquay in the EFL Trophy, and they went on to win that competition back in 2009, beating the likes of Norwich and Milton Keynes Dons over 2 legs.
Dyer, Fulston. Dyer, Torquay defence. Pegram intercepts. It's a Torquay throw. Worthington not getting there.
You can see, Alan, he was committed, the number 14 for Hornchurch, to get on the end of that pass.
As ever. Dyer, Dreyer out on the left back position. On the halfway. Dyer looks up, looks for a pass. Doesn't really get one. Worthington. Incisive. Down the line.
Lovely tackle.
Torquay corner. Out on their right. Young's going to take this corner. Giving the fans something to sing about.
First corner of the game really for Torquay. They had a chance earlier with that cross towards the back post. Let's see what they can conjure up from this corner here. In comes the delivery, it's deep. Headed on! And across the face of goal. Couldn't find a player in yellow to head that back in. And it was the captain, Dreyer, that had that attempt.
Hornchurch goal kick. Sandat, Balanta, Pegram. Looking to intercept this.
Yeah,
Sandat challenges. Dyer wins the ball though. Edwards will pass it back to Nesta. Kicks it high, down the middle. Dreyer wins the header. Dyer. Torquay moving forward. Reese Gets it to Hare, kicks it forward. Hornchurch on the attack, have a throw.
It's been a bright start for Hornchurch and Charlie Pegram on the left. He's no stranger as well as Balanta to scoring against Torquay back in his Welling days as the challenge comes in front of the Hornchurch bench.
I thought that was a foul, but it's not. Hornchurch throw. Nearly 25 gone. Hornchurch 1, Torquay 0. Down the line, Weston's out on the right. Ball comes into the box, cleared by Dreyer. And this will continue to go forward.
Wilson in a foot race with Gibbs. Gibbs is the victor and manages to get the ball out to Pegram, who I mentioned earlier. Scored against Torquay before back at Welling in a game alongside Dave Winfield, who captained Welling to a clean sheet against Torquay last season. Well, the ball's been kept on there and Balanta's managed to keep possession. Lovely use of the body there from the Torquay number 4, Jordan Dyer, to outstrength the goal scorer. Pegram shows good tenacity. Sandat. Oh, he's taken down by Dyer. And this is a decent position for Hornchurch, around about 22, 23 yards out, Alan.
Yeah, ref looked for advantage, didn't get one, gave the free kick to Hornchurch. Yeah, about 23 out. Just off centre, so there's a bit of an angle for the kicker.
Yeah, Sandat just took a slightly heavy touch, and as good forwards do, they try and get the ball out of their feet before they anticipate a challenge coming in to try and win a foul. Sandat worked that well to his advantage.
Now there's a 4-man wall for Torquay. Wright's over the ball, Sandat's over the ball.
So at the moment, as it stands, Hornchurch keep their 2-point advantage, but not against Torquay, against Dorking Wanderers, who go up to second place at the moment. And they've taken the lead at home to Salisbury. Henry Sandat, it's low, saved by Heyman efficiently. Out for a corner, not a bad effort.
Not a bad effort. Keeper spilt it slightly, sent it off for a corner. Wright walks over. Again, it's Balanta in the 6-yard box. Everyone else loiters just inside the box.
In comes
the
corner.
In, headed by Dreyer. Headed on again. Ball's cleared for a Hornchurch throw.
Hornchurch look to keep the pressure on, try and find a second goal that would put McMahon's team in such a good position. They were 2-0 up just before half-time against Eastbourne in their last home game. Nice pass inside, Sandat manages to get past Sundere. Josh Hare, who's also beaten Torquay before back in his Maidstone days. Rake clips the ball in, can't find Balanta. The captain retrieves the ball once again and looks for Sam Ling. Charlie Pegram's onside at the moment. Charlie Pegram, couple of touches, loses the ball to Sundere, and now Torquay can try and mount an attack. Ball's laid off to Low Everton, and now Wilson. Wilson's got a couple of yellow shirts arriving for him. Wilson inside, left-footed. It's a rather tame effort, and Arthur Nasta is left untroubled with that shot. A little bit of a rush of the blood from the man on loan from Exeter, and a good counter-attack, but that's how dangerous Torquay can be on the break, Alan.
Yeah, excuse me, Shane Pegram couldn't get a shot away, which gave Torquay the break. Torquay in possession. Worthington inside to Sundire. On the halfway, down the line to on the Torquay right. Low Everton back to Sundire. Right the way across the Torquay left. Fulston controls, crosses the ball into the Hornchurch box, headed. Wow. To no effect by Morgan, over the bar.
Dylan Morgan with arguably Torquay's best chance there. They had one a moment ago with Wilson, but looked like no one was picking him up there.
He had space there, Chris Morgan. He should have scored
Well, Dylan Morgan may rue that chance when it comes to the end of the game. Hornchurch currently 1-0 up, but Torquay have had a couple of chances since then. And who knows, Morgan may have equalised.
Hemel Hempstead a goal down against Dover there, Chris. Could be interesting.
Yeah, it makes it really tight in between sort of the lower places of the playoffs where Torquay currently operate.
Hornchurch have got a free kick, Tom Wright, just beyond the halfway. Weston moves about, Balanta. Ball goes long, diagonal, edge of the Torquay box, comes inside, and it's a goal kick.
Well, Torquay, we shouldn't forget, missed out on promotion by only 2 goals last season in what turned out to be a thrilling title race in the National League South. Torquay have scored 6 more goals so far. Well, make that 5 now with Balanta's goal in Hornchurch. They've got a better defence than Hornchurch, but at the moment Hornchurch are holding out as Rake lashes the ball at Charlie Pegram. Josh Rees wins the ball back and Pegram can get the Urchins rolling here with Sandat now. Charlie Pegram, his shot's blocked well. Oh, and the captain, Rake, takes a little bit of a loose touch and Wilson can come away with the ball. Wilson still has possession up against Tom Rake. Cuts inside, gets past him recently. Jordan Young lays it off and a shot comes in. Rake manages to get his foot on it and block it. Nasta will collect.
Dangerous on the break, this team.
Wilson was allowed to drive around about 20-30 yards there, close to the Hornchurch penalty area, and get past Tom Rake fairly easily. Dylan Morgan, who had that earlier chance, spent time at Forest Green's set up as well as Swansea's and made over 100 appearances at this level for a couple of sides. There's Taunton, Western Supermare and Yeovil, where like a couple of players in this Torquay team, part of the team that won the National League South, as Heyman and his defenders get into a little bit of a muddle. Luckily for Torquay, it doesn't fall to a player in red and white. Wilson's beaten to the ball by Edwards. Now here's Josh Rees. Harry Gibbs. Looking for a diagonal ball, but Heyman's going to safely collect. Look to set Torquay on their way. Josh Hare with a vital interception.
Crucial touch.
Low Everton. Using his supreme balance. Low Everton looks to flick it on. Can't flick it on to Wilson, and now Rees has a bit of space. Lovely from Josh Rees. Miles Weston. Can Sandat reach it? He's in a foot race. Drea's showing a little bit of pace there, and Heyman kicks it out rather hastily for a throw in. Or is it a corner?
Corner there, Chris. Corner to Hornchurch, out on the right. Keeper couldn't get there in time.
James Heyman alongside Matt Jay, who's on the bench for Torquay today, played alongside a young Ollie Watkins as well, Exeter. Contributed to 17 clean sheets last season, but he isn't going to keep one here today.
Ollie Watkins was at Exeter. Tom Wright with the corner. Ball comes in. Ball comes out. Appeals for a foul, and it was one. Youngs was held back.
Gibbs has headed it on, couldn't find Josh Rees. Balanta, Henry Sandat, lovely block, he's claiming handball. The ref is hearing none of it. Nice opportunity. Balanta delays Heyman's restart there. Torquay still come away with the ball. It's really quick stuff from both teams. Low Everton using his low centre of gravity to his effect. It's a powerful ball into the box, but it doesn't reach a yellow shirt. Again, Alan, another example. That's how quickly they can break.
Yeah, we saw it against Telford, you know. If a team's got a bit of speed on them, it can be dangerous.
Yeah, Low Everton especially there, driving forward around about 20-30 yards. Got to get someone on him, and I think that's what Darren McMahon will want his team to do. Mark up, get close to these Torquay players, because at the moment the scoreline's in their favour.
Hornchurch throw near the halfway, in their defensive half. Sam Ling's going to take this throw. Again, we've got Belanta send at Pegram down the line. Ball comes along, cleared by Worthington. Low Everton touch in the centre circle, out to Falston from left back. Goes down the line, Josh Hare shepherds the ball out of play for a Nesta. Goal kick.
Seems as if Low Everton's find some really good spaces in midfield, and
yeah, he's good.
He's picking up some decent passes. Arthur Nasta, his opposite number today, James Harmon, has actually played against Darren McMahon, a team coached by Darren McMahon before, back in his days at Hayes and Yedding. Again, about 10 years ago, conceding 5 to Ebbsfleet, who were obviously coached under McMahon by then, with current Championship striker Matty Godden scoring 4 of the goals for Ebbsfleet that day.
Torquay free kick. Hayfield fouled by Pegram, just near the halfway. Worthington looks for an outlet all the way across to Dreyer. Back in the middle to Dyer. Goes long. Young won't get there, Ling does.
Pegram does all right. Wins the throw-in.
Ling to take.
Jordan Young's putting the pressure on there.
Goes down the line. Young heads, right heads. Hayfield cleared by Edwards. Bit of pinball. Let's get it on the floor. Low Everton does exactly that, to be fair. And they're making their minds up. Low Everton wins a throw for Torquay. Worthington inside. Low Everton down by the corner flag. Looks to cross it in, but dispossessed. Pegram comes away with the ball. Looks for an outlet, doesn't get one, but he gets a throw.
Pegram's played with a lot of heart and a lot of spirit in this first half, looking to help out his team at the back, as well as Sam Ling. He's got his head on a couple of things in the first half. Approaching the end of the first 45, a half that Hornchurch have kept themselves in the game despite Torquay's potential to counter. Pegram can't flick it over. Dyer there. Sandat manages to grab a foul off the Zimbabwean international Sundir.
35 gone. Hornchurch 1, Torquay 0. Hornchurch free kick. Just inside their attacking half. Right over the ball. Looking to go long, he goes right over to the right. Not a great free kick, but Hornchurch in possession. Josh Hare crosses the ball in, but it deflects off for a Hornchurch corner.
Hare doing well to win a corner there. Let's see how Torquay deal with this latest Hornchurch corner.
I heard Daryl McMahon say, you know, we could do better from dead ball situations, and be good to get a goal from a corner.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Torquay's defenders, they are quite physically imposing, and as I said, they've conceded less than Hornchurch, so they're a tough team to break down. As they don't break that down completely, Sam Ling has an effort that's over the bar. Was deflected though, so Hornchurch will have the advantage of another corner to keep the pressure on the away team.
Goal before half-time would be really, really good.
Shot was blocked potentially by Dylan Morgan, who's scored against Hornchurch before. His brief time, I have to say, with Weston-super-Mare. 1/4 of his games came against the Urchins.
Tom Wright crosses the ball in, back of the 6-yard box. Doesn't go anywhere. Low Everton with a clearance. Josh Hare puts it back into the box.
That's not a bad effort. It's offside.
Oh, offside.
Not a bad ball from Josh Hare there. You can see the quality that he's got.
I thought Harry Gibbs' head was going to stick it in the bag, but he's offside.
Well, as well as beating Torquay for Maidstone, Josh Hare, he's also beaten Torquay for another of his former clubs, Eastleigh, under Ben Strevens, and has also kept a clean sheet against Torquay with Bournemouth last season, so he's hoping to keep another clean sheet here. Hornchurch have got a 3-on-1. It's Josh Rees against his former club. What a chance that was spurned. He had one similar against Telford, didn't he, Alan, where he hit it straight at the keeper. What a chance to go 2-0 up.
Goodness me, we could rue that chance. Could have scored. Josh Rees at the keeper. Hornchurch throw, front of the bench. Hornchurch bench. Josh Hare looking for something. He's gone to Weston, goes back to Josh Hare.
Little ball in. Rees again manages to find a teammate. Weston takes it inside Sundir. Miles Weston still not cleared. Samling to Tom Raitt. And incredibly, that's ended up out to Josh Hare. Again, still in the 18-yard box. Rees manages to try and get his head on it. Another cross comes in. Balanta doesn't jump for it. Torquay look to be safe at the moment. Tom Raitt goes back to Harry Gibbs.
Who kicks it out? Torquay throw. Falston out on the left. Goes long. Harry Gibbs will deal with that by kicking it back the other way. Dyer. Worthington won't get there. Pegram shields out for a Hornchurch throw.
But you can't avoid the sort of elephant in the room. Josh Rees with a great chance to score against Torquay again. He's done so before for Bromley in the 17-18 season, doing the double as well with Bromley alongside current Torquay man Lewis Dennis, who's not involved with the away team today after getting suspended against Maidstone. Jordan Young getting sent off alongside him. He's done well to evade Balanta and Ling there and find Sundir. Falston now on the left, looking for Morgan. Jay Falston. The Urchins regain possession. Henry Sandat, just a little bit under his feet. Doesn't buy the foul there. He thought he was fouled by Sundir. Samling clears up. But again, it's reloaded to Torquay. Jordan Dyer back to the captain, Sam Dreyer. Captain of this club at 22 years of age.
Out left to Sundar. Beyond the halfway. Torquay out on their left wing. Hayfield looks for a pass, doesn't get there. Torquay throw. Falston will take. Urged on by Torquay. He's right in front of some Torquay fans. Back to Dreyer. Looks up, looks for a pass out of defence, goes along to Dyer. Worthington's out on the right. Tries to go inside, doesn't get there. Gibbs kicks it long, trying to find Balanta, but doesn't. Dyer will sweep that one up. Back to Haymon.
It's not a pass you'd expect from Worthington, who's a one-time Premier League player for Bournemouth, coming on against Leicester City as a sub on the final day. Bit of a club legend for Yeovil though, alongside Jordan Young and Dylan Morgan winning the National League South in 2024.
Dreyer, low Everton. Likes it on the floor. Back to Sandaya. Torquay happy to pass it around. Dreyer goes long. Sandaya down the left. Will that get shepherded out? No, it won't. Josh Hare clears the ball. Torquay throw down by the corner flag.
Sandaya, a player that's played in the National League for Kings Lynn, alongside Mateo, who featured for Telford in Hornchurch's last home game. Played also over 50 times for St Albans, reaching the playoffs in 2023, losing out to eventual playoff winners Oxford City. Nice feat from Young. Here's the former Tamworth man, Sandaya, who played in that incredible FA Cup tie against Tottenham. Came off as a sub last season for Tamworth.
Sandaya across the pitch. Lane clears the ball. Just
a little bit of miscommunication. I think Pegram just tried to head that back to Nasto. He was some way off that. Wilson to Worthington. Torquay, 3 players on the right hand side. A little back flick from Worthington's intercepted well by Sam Ling, who's conceded another throw in.
Yeah, a bit messy, should have cleared.
Josh Reese making 15 appearances back in the 15-16 season alongside then player manager Kevin Nicholson. The likes of Nathan Blissett and Lamar Werner in that team.
Dreyer, middle of the pitch, inside, Torquay's attacking half. Comes out to Worthington, who crosses the ball in. Cleared, Weston heads it away, but Hayfield crosses the ball back in. Nesta sweeps it up. Safe hands, which is good. We really don't want Torquay to score as we get near to half time. Hornchurch 1, Torquay 0. Send it. Ball goes out. Halfway line. Hornchurch throw. Josh Hare.
Spirits are high at the bridge. Hornchurch leading. Torquay 1-0. They've been fairly good value as well, defending pretty well. Torquay have had some chances here and there. Stand at now. Not a lot of support, but he buys a foul really efficiently. Chance before the end of half time to potentially double McMahon's lead here.
Still Western 0, Worthing 0, Chris. That's an interesting one.
Well, despite those two teams drawing and currently holding each other goalless, normally Worthing and Western, the last couple of times they've met each other, provide a lot of goals. But Dorking beating Salisbury 2-0, an incredible first half at Chippenham and Chesham, where Chesham are currently 4-0 up, looking to enhance their playoff aspirations.
Hornchurch free kick near the edge of the box. Weston's going to take this free kick. It's busy inside the box. Hornchurch really would like a second goal before the half-time whistle goes.
See what the former Southend man can conjure up here. Not a bad delivery. Headed out wide. Sandak can't get his head on it. Rate back out to Weston, who took the free kick. Miles Weston. Oh, it's Tom Raitt with the effort. Did that come off of Sandat? No, it didn't. It's a corner to Hornchurch. Keeping the pressure on. Not that long left.
Can't be long left of this half.
McMahon will be so proud that his team have managed to shut out Torquay despite the amount of times they forayed forward looking for a chance, especially Morgan's earlier on. In comes the corner, it's flicked on. Low Everton manages to get a foot on it. Weston. It's out for a Torquay throw. McMahon still thinks the job isn't done yet, urging his players to get back into position. At the moment, as it stands, Hornchurch for the first time against Torquay, as the half-time whistle does go. They're 45 minutes away, Alan, from doing an incredible double.
Well, long way to go, that's for sure. Yeah, double. Yeah, we beat them at their place. So we'll see. Long way to go. Players go in for a half-time break. We'll be back in 15-20 minutes.
Welcome back to the bridge for this second half. Hornchurch currently 1-0 up against Torquay United, and good value for their 1-0 lead at the moment. Torquay and Paul Wootton would have been a bit harsh on themselves. Maybe some would say that they deserve to be level, but at the moment Hornchurch currently holding their lead well, as a substitution is being made by the away team at half time. Dylan Morgan, who I mentioned earlier, scored against Hornchurch for Weston-super-Mare a couple of years ago, is being replaced by a name that fans of the National League South will know. Cody Cook, the experienced striker, played a lot of games at this level, scored over 80 goals at this level, scored over 40 goals in 3 seasons at Bath, helping them to the playoffs in 2024. Comes on for Dylan Morgan to add a little bit of firepower to their attack. Hornchurch currently no substitutions. McMahon at the moment has full faith in his 11 that has delivered a good performance in the first half, a performance of grit and determination. Torquay will need a lot of that, as well as a finishing touch, to try and get back into this game. We kick off for the second half. Torquay attacking from right to left. Cook immediately trying to get into the game, but is dispossessed. Gibbs manages to get his head on it. Sundir the other way. Cook making his presence a nuisance. Torquay's number 9 coming on at half-time. Hornchurch have their number 9, Henry Hearn, still available on the bench. Scored a delightful chip against Weston-super-Mare after quite a long sustained period out with injury. The home fans can understand why McMahon's easing him back into the squad tentatively. Here's Josh Rees to another Josh in here. Sandat beaten in the air by the captain Dreyer. Rees under pressure manages to play the ball to Weston, but Torquay regain possession. So as it stands in the league, Dorking 2-0 up against Salisbury, and that means they will overtake Torquay into second place. Worthing and Weston still drawing at 0-0 at half-time. Dreyer onto Jordan Dyer. Looking to Worthington. James Heyman, who's played for Truro alongside Cody Cook. Torquay look to build an attack. Sam Ling tries to get his body in the way. Wilson looks to flick it on. Cody Cook can't find Wilson. Josh Hare managing to clear his lines for the Urchins. It's going to be such an interesting second half from a neutral point. Torquay very much were in the ascendancy in the first half with a couple of chances, especially for Dylan Morgan, as I mentioned. But they're going to need real resilience, as they've shown a couple of times so far this season. It's a team that are really determined and resilient. Chance for Torquay to launch the ball into the box here. With Cody Cook coming on, there's a little bit of extra height in the penalty area. Maidstone currently overtaking Ebbsfleet into the playoff places. They're 1-0 up against Tonbridge, who Hornchurch face in a fortnight's time. Weston, the only player forward for Hornchurch. The referee just clearing up a little bit of nuisances in the box. Worthington being spoken to. Dan Hayfield, rather. In comes the ball in. Nasta under immediate pressure, manages to claim the ball. Great collection from the man on loan from Wolves. Nasta kicks long, looking for Balanta or Sandat. Sandat's going to try put the goalkeeper under pressure there, but Heyman comes out the victor in that battle. Wilson goes out to the left-hand side. Cody Cook now the main focal point. The substitute Cook on the ball now. Can't flick it on to Dan Hayfield. Here's Josh Rees. Stops the ball, looks for a teammate, Frankie Edwards. And his pass is intercepted. And this is a great chance for Torquay to come back. And they've taken it. A lapse in concentration at the back. And it's a goal for Jordan Young. 14 for the season. And just like that, Hornchurch have it all to do now. Torquay gifted a route back into the game. What a present that was from Frankie Edwards. The press was imminent. And Jordan Young, arguably the National League South's best player, takes advantage and draws Torquay level in this important clash at the Bridge.
He flagged up Young at the start of the game, Chris, and there he was. He took it well, 1-on-1, and it went.
And Nasta, who kept Hornchurch in the game a couple of times at Telford, unable to keep the ball from the back of his net. And that means that Dorking, only by a singular goal, go back to the top of the table.
Low Everton, Sundyer. Out left to Falston. Torquay pressing, edge of the box, back to Sundyer. Goes right across the pitch.
Worthington just couldn't get his head on that. And McMahon, so frustrating to concede in that manner. Rees just had his head up, looked towards the ball, and Frankie Edwards there under a bit of pressure couldn't find a teammate, and it was easy pickings for a striker that's banging form. 24 goal contributions this season, and he did miss the game against Enfield, Jordan Young, and he didn't miss that opportunity when it mattered.
No, he took it well.
Balanta beaten in the air. Torquay now starting the second half as they ended the first. Sandat intercepted by Sundir. Cody Cook, using his experience well, holds the ball up for Worthington. Inside to Low Everton. So Young.
Nesta sweeps up. So we're back to square one. Hornchurch 1, Torquay 1. Offside. Torquay free kick.
Well, with results currently as they are, it would mean only 2 points separate the top four in Dorking, Hornchurch, Worthing and Torquay. Western, of course, do have a game in hand, so you could potentially add them to the mix as well.
Amon kicks long, edge of the Hornchurch box. Cleared by Edwards. Rees knocks it on. Balanta shields. Goes back to Sundyer. Hair high, not a great clearance. Back into the middle. Gibbs heads on. Balanta, Sandat forward on. Doesn't get to Pegram. Back to Sandat. Looks for some pass. Doesn't get it. Sundyer dispossesses. And it's a Hornchurch throw in their defending half.
Well, Hornchurch need to conjure up a little bit of momentum going forward. I mean, in the last league game against Eastbourne, Down McMahon, when speaking to him, did say that they did take their foot off the gas ever so slightly in the second half. That's because they were 2-0 up in the first half. But with a team that can counter you as quickly and as well as Torquay, we've seen, Alan, you cannot afford to take your foot off the gas.
Absolutely, this team will bite back. Low Everton. Fair throw. Hornchurch have now got a throw near the halfway. Sam Ling drives the ball. Along the line, Dyer kicks it long. It's going to be chased. Gibbs will manage that. Kicks it back long. Pegram presses forward.
Bit of space for Pegram to try and attack it. He was looking for Balanta. Tom Raitt manages to retrieve Sandat. Sandat looks for a pass. Finds Josh Rees. Josh Hare puts a decent ball into the back post. Worthington manages to get his head on it. Sandat twisting and turning, looking for an opportunity.
Goal kick. Floodlights are just coming on at the bridge. It's getting quite dark.
Well, these next sort of 35, 40 minutes or so are going to be potentially season defining, Alan. You've got, a team fighting to be up there as well as Hornchurch. 1-1, the stakes are really high. I'm sure Hornchurch will hear about results as well from the teams in and around them. So a win here or a good result is so essential to keep up this promotion push for both teams.
Ball goes long. Cleared by Edwards. Dyer collects the ball, passes forward.
Wilson does well. Under pressure from Josh Hare. Dyer looks for Cook in the box. Cook manages to win the header. Josh Hare's got to deal with this, and he manages to, only just. Lewis. Oh, it's got all the way through. Balanta's going to try and get under that. He does well. Balanta. Josh Rees has got Miles Weston to his right. Uses him. Well, Pegram was in a little bit of space on the left-hand side also.
Josh Hare with a throw. Hornchurch deep in their attacking half. He'll look to get this into the Torquay box. Down the line, Weston. Back to Hare, crosses in. Headed away by Dreyer. Edge of the box, Ling in possession, looks for a pass. Back to Raitt. Goes forward. Doesn't get anywhere. Torquay will look to clear out on their right wing. Young has the ball.
Young does brilliantly. Lovely skill from the goal scorer. Jordan Young finds Worthington. Low ball and a little flick on. And you can see how massive of a chance that was there. I believe that might have been Blue Low Everton. What an opportunity. Just didn't take it in his stride. But the work from Jordan Young on the right-hand side led up to that chance. He's coming alive, Alan, the top scorer for Torquay.
Yeah, he's always been good. Had a good first half. He scored the goal now. He's a live wire. Dyer has the ball, halfway line. Looking to press forward for Torquay. Dyer on the Torquay right wing. Low Everton. Young, middle of the park. Dyer right back along the line to Dreyer. Runs forward with the ball. Torquay left wing. Wilson. Shielded by Weston. Wilson cuts inside. Still in possession. Looks to shoot. Doesn't shoot. Edge of the box. Worthington out to Young. Edge of the box.
Pegram can't get to the ball. Harry Gibbs gets there before Nasta. Managing to keep his head up. Sandat only has Balanta in front of him. And Sandat's not going to earn a foul there from Sundir. Torquay win the throw. Hornchurch look like they're ready in a potential substitution. And it's a player who did score against Western. And Torquay brought on their number 9, as I mentioned at half-time. Hornchurch are going to bring on their number 9. Henry Hearn coming on. And off goes Charlie Pegram. Good shift from Pegram, Alan.
As ever, yeah, always a busy player. Seems to get himself about on the pitch. Really good performance. Henry Hearn comes on, and we'll be looking for him to score, that's for sure. It's an attacking decision by McMahon.
You've got to go for it. You know, you've lost the lead. This is a game where if you're going to get a good result, if you're going to win, you're going to need all guns blazing. And obviously we've seen with Balanta scoring today. Hearn also scored a penalty at Playmore. Has come back from injury with the bit between his teeth, looking to score in this game as well, just like he did in November.
Sundar with a long throw for Torquay. He'll get this inside the Hornchurch box. It comes in. Ling challenges. Balanta clears. Headed back. Low Everton out to Sundar. Comes into the Hornchurch box. Nasta collects. A quick release from Nasta straight to Henry Hearn.
Hearn does well. Weston trying to keep himself onside. Has he done that? He's looking. And I think he knew eventually, despite his protestations.
Way offside. Home on. Out to left back, Falston. Presses forward with the ball. Low Everton. Looks up. Moves forward. Comes inside. Gibbs clears. Sundar. Reese. Weston. Hoofs it forward. Doesn't get to Hearn. It does now.
Hearn to Reese. A real fast passage of play interrupted there by Josh Reese's pass. Hare makes the decision to switch out wide. Sandat now occupying the left. Sam Ling. Tom Wright. Fulson gives backwards a little bit there. Sandat. Good control, looks for options. Frankie Edwards. Josh Hare. The fans doing everything they can to spur the home team on. Ball's been kept in. Weston. Does well. And has he been pulled down there by the defender? Josh Hare looking to battle with Kieran Wilson. Edwards does all right. Can't find a teammate in red and white though. Everton brings the ball down beautifully. And Wilson's fouled by Josh Hare.
Wilson brought down Torquay in their defending half. Have a free kick to the annoyance of the Hornchurch fans. Heyman will take the free kick.
Well as Henry Hearn, who's been introduced by Darryl McMahon, Hornchurch do have the likes of McQueen and Junior Marias on the bench.
Low Everton inside the box.
Hayfield, his shot is blocked. Josh Reese uses his body well, and the ball eventually escapes the Hornchurch penalty area. The barrage comes once again though. In comes the ball in. Reese will get there, but Sundir intercepts. Blue Low Everton. And a little bit of hesitation from the referee, but the free kick is given fairly central. Good chance for Torquay to get a shot on target now.
Right on the edge of the box. Very dangerous. Hornchurch, they've got 4 in the wall at the moment.
Well, we were in exactly the same situation against Telford, going 1-0 up. Stenson equalising, and then Telford managing to grab a second goal with 10 men. Hornchurch will not want the feat to be repeated here, arguably when it matters most. Nasta assembles his wall. Gives it the thumbs up. And it was a solid wall. Sundir effort. Blocked.
Blocked on 3 occasions, 3 shots, 3 blocks. It's gone all the way back to Heyman, who kicks it long. Looks for Cody Cook. Wilson with the ball, edge of the Hornchurch box.
Takes on Josh Hare. Looks for a teammate Hare, a little bit blindsided by the ball.
Hayfield, low Everton, corner of the box. Wilson looks to cross, he does. And it's cleared by Edwards, high. Low Everton, gives it back out. Torquay left, Fulston crosses the ball into the box. Nesta, and it's offside. Thankfully.
Nasta was committed. Luckily the linesman's flag saved him a little bit there. Home fans doing their absolute best to chime their team forward, and one of the substitutions, Alan, that I mentioned, Junior Marias, looks like he's been ready to come on.
This will be interesting. Nesta's taken the goal kick. It's on the halfway. Young, high and off the pitch. Chance to make this substitution. Yeah, who's going to go off? Marias is a forward. He's going to come on.
Marias always looks to put himself about. Tries to make himself a nuisance to defenders, as is Henry Hearn. So 2 potential game changers that have been announced by McMahon. And Miles Weston, who again has been putting in a decent shift, comes off for Junior Marias.
Yeah, I'd say Marias is a more direct player. So Hornchurch have got Hearn and Marias on the pitch. See if they can get a goal. Sam Ling's going to take a throw for Hornchurch near the halfway. Players battle around for it. Young takes possession, keeps it on the floor.
Oh, and it's defended in the end by Gibbs. Henry Hearn looks to put his body about, wins Hornchurch the throw. Chance for Hornchurch to get forward for the first time really in this second half.
Samling with the throw. Sander and Hearn inside the box. Marias, Balanta. Ling will look to throw this into the box. But cleared high by Torquay. Moved on. Josh Hare. Sundaya, it's up in the air. Josh Reese tries to get it on the floor, doesn't succeed. Dreyer out to Fulston, who runs away with the ball. Low Everton crosses the halfway line, runs forward with the ball. Outright to Young. Young comes inside the Hornchurch box.
Field danger for the Urchins. What a goal! Unbelievable! And we saw Balanta score from that side, arguably Young with an even better finish. It's not once, it's twice from Jordan Young. And Torquay come from behind to lead Hornchurch at the bridge. Incredible. The 150 odd fans who have made the long trip to the bridge go jubilant. Great work from Low Everton. Jordan Young cut it inside and onto his left foot. Alan hits a beauty of a shot.
Yeah, real peach, these Torquay midfielders. Sundaya, Low Everton, Young, they can really keep it on the floor, run with the ball and create a lot of problems.
It's a goal that takes Torquay to the top of the National League South.
Hornchurch Rate's going to take the kick-off. Well, now those attacking options look like a good idea for Hornchurch.
Well, Henry Hearn getting involved in a little challenge there. And a couple of players just throwing themselves about here.
Yeah.
It may have looked like a bit of a high foot there.
Dreyer, the Torquay captains, pushing his weight around a little bit. Torquay player is down. The Torquay players are, I think they're saying he took an elbow.
What a recovery from Paul Wotton's team.
Yep. Torquay go top of the league. Dorkings second. Hornchurch dropped to third. Worthing, Weston still 0-0. Hemel Hempstead still losing 1-0. But Torquay go top on 53 points. Hornchurch on 52 points.
We mustn't forget that Hornchurch do still have a game in hand over the likes of Torquay, Dorking and Worthing, currently drawing to Weston. But McMahon would have been bitterly disappointed, and to be fair, on the balance of play, Torquay have managed to create enough chances to take the lead. Hornchurch simply haven't, if I'm being honest with you, Alan. They've got to create a bit more in the final third, because aside from Balanta's shot and a couple of balls into the box, it hasn't really been too difficult for Heyman in the Torquay goal.
Yeah, we need to have some teeth up front.
The substitutions of Henry Hearn and Junior Marias aiding a clear hole in Hornchurch's game at the moment. Anything can happen still. Still got around about 15-20 minutes of this game to go, I'd say. Torquay managed to win a foul.
Yeah, about 25 gone. Hornchurch 1, Torquay 2.
McMahon demanding a bit more from his players. And this is the games, if you're going to challenge the likes of Torquay and Dorking, these are the games where leagues can be decided.
Young with a free kick for Torquay out on their right wing. He'd be looking for a hat-trick. Young, Chris, he's on 2. Ball comes into the Hornchurch box. Josh Hare, Sandak gets the ball down. Doesn't clear successfully. Hayfield runs down the left. Cuts inside. Into the 6-yard box. Saved by Nesta. Nesta takes the ball. Couple of players down in the Hornchurch box.
Cody Cook with an opportunity there, but Hornchurch do have a player down. It's Sam Ling.
I was looking, Chris, at the managers that Torquay have had. I made a note. Frank O'Farrell at one point. He's the man that took over from Sir Matt Busby at Man United. After they won, I think, in 69, 70. Bruce Rioch, David Webb, Cyril Knowles. Loads of old names that you might not have heard of.
Well, how important would a win be for Torquay, considering obviously they've still got to travel all the way to Dover before a crunch game. It looks like currently a crunch game after Dover against Dorking Wanderers. Ling is in some considerable pain, but just being assessed by the medical staff.
Past players, Chris. Lee Sharp has played for Torquay. Justin Fashanu, Neville Southall, Chris Waddle, Liam Rossinia. Just taken over at Chelsea. Once played for Torquay.
You know, it's no question, it's no debate. Torquay, historically, a bigger club than Hornchurch, and they deserve to have all of these names that you've just sort of mentioned there play and manage them. Ling's taken off, and it looks like he might be withdrawn here. But it is a substitution for Hornchurch, another attacking one. Henry Sandat departs, put himself about there, and Darren McQueen, another forward coming on. A completely fresh forward line of Marias, Hearn and Darren McQueen.
Let's see if we can get a goal out of this. Come on. Nesta kicks it long. We're back in play. Hearn under it. Young. Not a foul. Hearn takes a boot to the head, but his head was low. Referee has stopped play. And ref will restart by giving possession back to Hornchurch.
Hornchurch have got to give the ball to the likes of McQueen, who likes to take players on, and obviously Hearn, who's tricky in the penalty area. He's got some decent feet as well. Gibbs wins the foul. McMahon will definitely want his players to show a little bit of fight in the closing stages of this game. This important game.
Right, in the centre circle. Takes a free kick for Hornchurch. Players line up on the edge of the box. Goes out right, Edwards is under there. Gibbs heads it into the 6-yard box. Bounces around, reshoots. Misses. Goal kick.
Not a bad effort from the former Torquay midfielder. And Josh Rees very close to hooking that one at the far post. First real opportunity of the second half. Positive from Hornchurch. McMahon will want more consistency. And you get the feeling that set pieces might have to be a route back into the game for Hornchurch. Low Everton, who's been a live wire in the midfield, showing his quality. Kieran Wilson, Rate manages to get the better of him and win the throw-in. Josh Hare, throwing goes nowhere. Sundir looks to flick it onto Cook. Hands on him from Frankie Edwards. Hare's got to be aware. Nasta. Balanta just about flicks it on. McQueen is beaten to the ball by Falston. Josh Hare to Tom Rate, the captain. Frankie Edwards.
Off the pitch, Torquay throw in their defending half. Falston's going to take this. Wilson's down the line. Low Everton down the line. Cook, but runs to Gibbs, who makes a hash of his clearance. Falston's going to take this throw on the halfway line. Kicks it forward. Gibbs underneath it. Nipped on by Rate. Halfway line throw again for Torquay.
Torquay literally happy to play in the middle of the field. Not troubling either box. Balanta flicks on to Hearn under pressure from the captain Dwyer. Balanta turns away. Josh Rees just couldn't get a little bit of control onto it. Marias is closing down. It's Hornchurch's turn to have a throw-in.
Hare on the halfway. Takes the throw. Hearn back to Hare. Goes down the right. Looks for McQueen. Doesn't get there. Sunday heads it on. Comes back to Hare. Looks for Balanta. Edge of the box. Dreyer clears the ball. Hare inside to right. Back to Edwards. Back to Gibbs.
Had to get that right, Edwards. He had Cody Cook chasing him down.
Goes forward down the right. Dreyer clears the ball. Ref has stopped play. There's a head injury to a Torquay player.
These little breaks in play, Alan, is going to play into the hands of Torquay. Hornchurch, one thing that they can't let them do is get frustrated.
Well, yeah, you're right, Chris. These stoppages can only be good for Torquay.
It's game management, and we've seen teams do it at the Bridge before. They've had a game plan and they've looked to execute that. I remember Maidstone as well, playing fairly similar. They came out in the second half well.
Well, I can see the ref checking his watch to add the time on. It's never quite the same.
All of this time will be added on at the end just to create a little bit of drama. Hornchurch find themselves 2-1 down to Torquay. They find themselves chasing the game. A couple of the players wondering why the game hasn't been restarted yet, but the referee obliges.
Home on, has the ball. Torquay keeper drop kicks the ball. Goes long, Cody Cook challenges. Goes forward from Worthington. Looks for Wilson. Goes off. Hare's going to take a throw for Hornchurch in their defending half. Looks for something. It's always down the line. Goes back to Nesta. Oh, crumbs. Nesta clears it. McQueen on the Hornchurch right. Kick forward for Hearn. Hearn shields.
Hearn does well. He's onside. Keeps possession very well. Gets a round of applause from the Hornchurch fans. Harry Gibbs striding forward. Junior Marias. Back to Gibbs. A little bit more urgency from the Hornchurch number 5. Josh Hare. McQueen. He's got Hare running beyond him. He just about manages to get it back to Hare. Little 1-2 exchange. Down McQueen. It's a low effort. It's on target. More of that.
Home on drop kicks. High into the floodlights. Ling misses his kick. It's hoofed on.
Balanta does well. Marias using his body well, keeps possession. Tried to play it back to a teammate. Hornchurch looked to keep the pressure on, but Torquay escape. Sundir. Gibbs does well. Balanta uses his body well. Josh Rees. Hare out to McQueen, up against Falston. Decides to go backwards for some support.
Josh Hare's ball down the line, goes off. Needs some better outlets than that. Falston has the ball. He's going to take a throw for Torquay in their defending half. Looks along the line. Reese heads it back. Sundaya will get it to Wilson. Kicks it into the middle for Gibbs to hoof it long. Balanta chases. Inside the Torquay box, he shields.
Balanta does well. Lovely challenge. Important challenge that. Jordan Dyer, Balanta took it down fairly well. Looked to turn away from 2 players. Sam Link's going to see if he can launch one into the penalty area, and that's where the ball needs to stay from a Hornchurch perspective.
Long throw coming up into the Torquay box.
And it comes, headed out. Rate out to Marias on the left. Marias does well, has half a yard, looks to stand it up. Henry Hearn heads across, still not cleared. Tom Rateless left foot And it's a chance for a counter, but it's going to be potentially a booking here for Darren McQueen.
Yeah, McQueen in the book.
Definite chance for a 3-on-2, I believe, from Torquay's perspective. Another change for Hornchurch, and it's going to be Dave Winfield coming on for Sam Ling, who had that little knock a while back, maybe saving him for Salisbury on Tuesday. Another big game. Currently losing 2-0 to Dorking Salisbury, but a chance for Hornchurch to get back on track in a run of fixtures, as I said at the start. The next 5 games, 4 of them at home.
I make it. We're in about 40 minutes. Hornchurch 1, Torquay 2. Young out on the right wing for Torquay, runs down the line, and it goes off. Torquay throw.
Gibbs is going to move over to left back with that change. Winfield partners Frankie Edwards as centre halves. Torquay a couple of minutes away from continuing their great recent run of results. Cody Cook does well to shield the ball. Torquay now playing the ball efficiently and safely. Hayfield.
Young doesn't get anywhere. It's going to go to Nesta. Sweeps it up. Well, I think we need to get a goal here, you know, Chris.
Yeah, a little bit of
time's running out.
As the clock runs down, desperation will start to creep in. Both of these teams know how important this is. Nasta's going to collect that. Torquay will look to escape the bridge with a 2-1 victory, coming down from a great Angelo Balanta goal in the first half. Balanta kept possession there. Reese out to Josh Hare. What can they conjure up here? Reese to Hare. Hare with a decent ball in, looking for Junior Marias. Sundir gets past Reese. Low Everton. And he's not going to find a Torquay teammate. Harry Gibbs. Winfield to Edwards.
Hornchurch in possession, still in their defending half. Edwards kicks it long, looking for Hearn. Lands with Balanta onto Hare. Cleared by Torquay. Edwards underneath it. Reese controls the ball, shields on the halfway line. Turns, goes forward. Hearn shields. Back to Reese. Hearn looks up, presses towards the box. Looks for a foul, doesn't get it, and it wasn't a foul. Went down way too easily. It's with Haymon in the Torquay goal. It's going to pick it up. Haymon, drop kicks. And it goes all the way through to Nesta up the other end, who kicks it long. Dreyer heads, Wilson's out on the left, on the halfway, runs forward with the ball. Reese covers him.
Wilson's legs still fresh. Reese is declining at the moment. Managed to get some space. Dan Hayfield wins the throw in for Torquay as Dorking Wanderers extend their lead to 3-0. So Matt Worthington coming off the field, and on comes Jordan Thomas. A change at the back. Putting a good shift today, Worthington. And Jordan Thomas looking to bring some fresh legs into the defence to counter Hornchurches and seal what would turn out to be a very important win for the team in yellow today.
Torquay throw, Fulston next to the Hornchurch 18-yard box. Bit of delay. Fulston throws the ball into the Hornchurch box. Wright's going to clear this ball, kicks it long, looks for Hearn, doesn't get there. Dreyer back to the Torquay goalkeeper. Chased down by Marias, but cleared. Wright heads on. Up in the air, halfway line, Sundaya. Winfield controls. Right, out to the left. Harry Gibbs runs with the ball. Pass halfway. Along the line to McQueen. Hornchurch look to press. They need a goal. They need one now. Comes in the 6-yard box. Goes across the area. Doesn't get anywhere at all. Torquay clear the ball. Edwards is going to Hare's going to take a throw on the halfway line inside. Hare looks up, goes back to Edwards. Winfield along to left back. Harry Gibbs.
6 added minutes, Alan. 6 minutes for Hornchurch to try and conjure up something. Marias, decent touch. Reese can't exactly find a teammate. Gets the second bite of the cherry. Marias leaves it for Hare. Back to the Hornchurch number 27, Marias. Josh Hare. Across the left to Gibbs. Darren McQueen. Backs to the wall now for Torquay. Darren McQueen with a decent ball in. Can't find a Hornchurch head on it. Bluelow Everton manages to clear. Hornchurch can recycle and restart. Josh Hare. Junior Marias. He's got Hare making an underlapping run. He manages to find him. And it's cleared out for a corner. Torquay now have a player down to try and interrupt momentum. And it's going to be a change for Torquay. Matt J is going to be coming on. The player that's played a lot of games for Exeter. One of League Two's best players a couple of seasons ago.
When play resumes, it'll be a Hornchurch corner. Just getting these subs out of the way. Looks like Young's going off. 2-goal hero.
Yeah. Arguably been the best player on the field, Young.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
Another change as well for Torquay. So on comes the former Truro centre-back, Ed Palmer, for Kieran Wilson. Again, another defender coming on, looking to solidify what would turn out to be an incredible away win.
Subs have come on. Tom Wright will take a corner for Hornchurch in the dying minutes. Corner comes in, doesn't cleared, bounces around. McQueen doesn't get it back out to Wright. Sundaya takes a deflection off Wright. It's a Torquay throw down in their defending half by their corner flag. Torquay fans are warming up. They think they've got this in the bag.
It's not over until the final whistle. Hornchurch looking to keep the pressure on. But it's just that final third where Hornchurch have been lacking pretty much after Balanta scored. Reese had that golden opportunity against his former club but couldn't convert. And you wonder how massive that is. Wright takes the free kick quickly. Frankie Edwards. Dying stages here at the bridge. Harry Gibbs. Dave Winfield, the experienced defender. What can he conjure up? Plays it out wide to Josh Hare. Another Josh Reese. Nice 1-2. Reese is dispossessed. Cody Cook can use his experience Good hold-up play, but he's going to concede a throw-in. Hornchurch take it quickly. Tom Wright. Frankie Edwards.
Need to get it in the box. Edwards, left back to Harry Gibbs. Left wing, Darren McQueen. Runs down the left.
Takes on his man. Manages to get the ball in. It's fairly weak. Lovely control. Balanta on the left. Another ball comes in. It's not a bad ball in. No one managing to sacrifice himself for a touch at the end from Harry Gibbs' cross. And Hammond will take all the time in the world for this goal kick. Hornchurch made a bright start, Alan, but since Balanta, it's been pretty much one-way traffic.
Haven't really had a chance on goal. Disappointing. Edwards heads it forward. Dreyer sweeps up for Torquay. Winfield will chase. Goes back to Nesta. Plays it out to Harry Gibbs, out on the left back position. Launches it forward to nobody. It's gone off. It's going to be a Torquay throw.
And after an incredible statement win at Plainmoor in November the 1st, at the end of January, it seems as if the great start to 2026 will come to an end for the Urchins. It will be their second home defeat in the last 4 games in all competitions. And Torquay have a chance to kill the game. Blue Low Everton. Will he head for the corner flag or will he try and get a third? They're going to go for the corner flag, it looks like, maybe. Tom Wright. Last punt forward. Can Hornchurch muster up something? Wright finds Gibbs. Got to think, Alan, this is probably the last knock into the game.
Must be the last attack, surely. McQueen cuts inside. Still possession, runs forward. Tom Wright, edge of the box, goes out right to Josh Hare. He'll look to cross in, ball comes in. Headed away.
Out. It's going to be a throw in. There will be time to take this, but looks like it's going to come short maybe. No, it's going to be launched in.
Harry Gibbs, long throw. One last chance, Hornchurch to equalise.
And Worthing have gone ahead against Weston-super-Mare. Gibbs launches it. It's out, and that's it. Torquay with an amazing comeback to take themselves temporarily top of the National League South. A brilliant result for the away team. They travelled to Enfield and beat them 2-1, and they've travelled to Hornchurch and claimed a 2-1 victory. An incredible second half, particularly from Jordan Young, who's my man of the match personally. Ends up taking 3 points back to Devon. It's finished. Torquay 2, Hornchurch 1.